سيدنا ونبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. حياكم الله تعالى ورضي الله عز وجل عنكم. Welcome back to our class with the fiqh session, and this is the halaqah number 18.
No, no way.
Yeah,
You sure?
the time is
I
flying,
thought
man.
we hit 20.
The time is flying, man. 20.
Oh, that's hurdles. That's hurdles.
Okay. Anyway, Bismillah. Back here. Okay. I think we're gonna start today with, what is the subject? This is the ice. Come on, man. Astaghfirullah al-azim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I'm sorry, which number?
Page 74. The last thing we talked about.
74.
أوقات الصلاة.
74. وقت صلاة الصبح. I think we already finished that.
Yeah. But you kind of rushed
Okay. Let us recap this point. النوم عن الصلاة أو نسيانها. Let me show you that. النوم عن الصلاة أو نسيانها. من نام عن صلاة أو نسيها فوقتها حين يذكرها. Whoever gonna sleep on the salah, he's gonna miss it because of the sleeping or forgetting. I forgot. Okay? The time of the salah when you remember it. The obligatory time of this salah when you remember, oh my God, I missed the salat al-asr. Even if you are in the next day, in 1 month, in 1 year, it doesn't matter. Okay, somebody like filling the schedule of the salah, just for example, and he's reviewing and he missed something. Okay, this is the time of the salah because he already missed it. By the way, anything unintentionally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, unintentionally, am I right?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Anything unintentionally, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is forgiving that. Anything you're doing intentionally, either Allah gonna reward me or asking me. I don't want to say punish me. Either He gonna ask me or rewarding me. Got it? فهي said قال النبي حديث أبي قتادة قال ذكروا للنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نومهم عن الصلاة فقال إنه ليس في النوم تفريط إنما التفريط في اليقظة فإذا نسي أحدكم صلاة أو نام عنها فليصلها إذا ذكرها. This is the rule here. He gonna do it, he gonna recap it when he remember this salah. رواه النسائي وغيره. قال حديث أنس من نسي صلاة فليصلها إذا ذكرها أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال من نسي صلاة, whoever gonna forget a salah فليصلها إذا ذكرها. He gonna recap it or he gonna pray it when he remember that. And he said لا كفارة لها إلا ذلك. What did the kafara means? Expiation. Okay, I think this is the number 100 to remember. Tomorrow remind me about this word. Expiation. يعني في كلام كده ما بيلزقش. Expiation. كفارة. Got it. فلا كفارة لها, no expiation for the salah except just repeating or performing that kind of that salah especially. How can we forget the salah? Sleeping? Okay, this is not forgetting. Maybe I was sleeping and I woke up and I was hurried because of so and so and so. But it's not the sleeping in itself. It's coming like after the sleep, I got busy with a lot of things. What is the second? What is the other reasons? Lost in mind with
disease or some kind of scaredness or some calamity.
Okay. What do you think? How can we forget the salah?
Thinking that we prayed it.
I'm sorry?
Thinking that we prayed it already.
Nah.
I had a dream during Fajr time that I dreamt that I prayed.
Yesterday.
What I understood, he prayed in the dream.
Yeah.
He already prayed in the dream. MashaAllah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, because it was really cold yesterday. He got it easier.
I prayed with my blanket. Can you do that?
What?
Can you pray with your blanket?
مش كده?
I did it.
If you're gonna take it with you, have no problem.
Assalamu
Assalamu alaikum, man. What are you doing? Hello, what are you doing? Why you didn't ask? Why you didn't put it back? You need to take a permission before take it. Go back and knock the door and come say Assalamu alaikum first. Knock at the door. Man, we are streaming. Come. Come. خلاص, never mind, let him go. Okay. Bismillah. Okay. Wa alaikum assalam, man. How are you doing? What do you need? Okay, you're gonna take one because if you said salam alaikum, and you're gonna take another one, the normal one. Oh, you're gonna take two.
Take two. He said take two.
Alaikum assalam, ammu. MashaAllah, command shaking hands. Allahu Akbar. There you go. Take your candy and go. We are wasting our time, guys.
Shake hands, you can take over.
Bismillah. He got two without permission. Bismillah. Anyway,
Second one.
khalas. Bismillah. Back. You know, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Bismillah. Okay. Again, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is dealing with us as a human being. Forgetting something, it's something normal. And because of that, we have our excuse. And it's not like and imagining that it's quoting by the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, "Man nama an salatin aw nasiyaha." He assumed that gonna happen with the people in as a normal case. When I say, okay, subhanallah, I forgot to pray Dhuhr. And sometimes we are planning to do the salah later, or just postpone it to the next shift, or I'm gonna take my break in 1 hour, I'm gonna pray so and so, and somebody called me and I get busy with that, so and so, I forgot it. Once I forgot it, it means I missed it. It's getting out of my mind, not intentionally, but it's by mistake. Once we have any kind of mistakes, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us excuse. Naam, ya fandam.
What if you never remember?
What do you mean never remember?
Like I forgot, say example, I forgot.
He said, لا كفارة لها إلا ذلك.
Oh.
No expiation. Okay. بسم
So if
الله.
you never remember this, not your
خلاص الله سبحانه وتعالى يعفو أخي. by the way, nobody looking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just sitting and waiting for somebody gonna pray for him. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving us a chance to show ourselves we deserve to be more closer to him subhanahu wa ta'ala. Got it? Nah.
Is there a bad reason for you to forget? Like, let's say
It's a bad reason if it's keeping repeated. If it's keeping repeated, it means you're not caring about the salah himself. But sometimes somebody had a tough day today. You have a test and you have a quiz and you have a lot of things, and you're just coming running from the school, putting your bag and going to the masjid and doing so and so. It wasn't like a crazy day as the people saying astaghfirullah. It was a really tough day. We have excuse.
So like, let's say you remember to pray. You're like, let me do this first. And while doing that thing, you forget about the salah.
This is not a good habit. This is not a good habit in itself. Because you're not just missing the salah, you're going to miss
other things.
Gotcha. Now.
But when you remember, like at the end of the day, oh, I'm al-Dhuhr, I'm al-Asr, I'm al-Maghrib. Do you?
No,
I'm using his example.
Okay.
If someone had a crazy day,
you know why? Listen. He missed Dhuhr and Asr and Maghrib because he's just sleeping during the Fajr time.
No, but
It doesn't have another time to dream. Okay.
This is an example. Does when he
What did that mean? Somebody forgot like 3 times of the prayer.
Like let's say he had a very busy day,
Ah.
and
Okay.
he was very occupied, hypothetically, and at the end, does he pray Dhuhr first, then Asr?
Yeah, you're gonna follow the order. You're gonna follow the order.
That's-
That's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked us to do. I think we discussed this
we did,
issue
we did, we
before.
did.
Okay.
What happens if someone works at a
I
place
love this
where
topic so much.
they're always it's for example, they're always
يا ابني اسمع عمو صالح.
they're always going to be busy from say 3 to 8. There's 2-3 salahs, but they don't have even time to sit for a minute in these couple of hours.
Okay, because of that. Okay,
It's not that.
just for example, we have a doctors starting their surgery. From 10 a.m. up to 5 p.m. Just for example, as long as you have no way to do it, Allah will give you excuse. But because of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us a chance to pray Dhuhr and Asr Jam'a Taqdeem, and Maghrib and Isha Jam'a Ta'khir. And I need to organize my time based on the salah times, not anything else. Unless if I'm going to be forced to do something. Do you want to say something? Got it? Now.
When you do Maghrib, Zuhr and Asr, and Isha and Maghrib, can we switch it up like instead of Maghrib to Isha? Can we do like Maghrib and Isha in Isha time?
Yeah. Dhuhr and Asr, it means I can pray both of them together at the beginning or at the end. You know, at the beginning of Maghrib or up to the end of the time of Isha.
Even while traveling, especially
Yeah,
while
yeah.
traveling.
Especially, as Sheikh Anas answered you.
Sheikh, what about praying in the makruh times? Like
I'm sorry?
the makruh times, like if you've forgotten, let's say
In the
Dhuhr, and then
place.
there's between Asr.
Okay, again, akhi. Once we have our intention to collect the two salah together, it means intentionally I'm gonna do that at that time. This is the time of the prayer for me. Just for example, I have a flight, you know, and that airplane gonna arrive and this so and so at that time. I'm gonna pray when I arrive, inshallah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Okay, but they delayed the trip, and I couldn't pray before departing. You know, I couldn't do that. They came late and so on. So at the end of the time, okay, I'm gonna pray. Got it? Again, as long as we have a reasonable excuse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will excuse you. Okay, بسم الله. الأوقات المنهية عن الصلاة فيها حين تطلع الشمس. ورد النهي عن صلاة بعد صلاة الصبح. Once we are praying الصبح, you know, we're not allowed to pray anything after that. And the time, like before, okay, from the Salat al-Subh up to Salat al-Shuruq, you know, Salat al-Duha, up to the Salat al-Duha. And before the Dhuhr, وعند طلوعها حتى ترتفع قدر كذا كذا كذا. وعند استوائها like noon time. عند استوائها. The ulama saying we can have like a 10-15 minutes before the Salah time, before the Dhuhr time, you know, we cannot pray at that time, because this is the time of, you know, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, and this is the time of the Salah for the people they already worshiping the sun and so and so. Get it? And he said sallallahu alaihi wasallam here, this is the first time حين عند صلاة بعد صلاة الصبح حتى تطلع الشمس, and عند الشروق it's forbidden.
That somebody going to make Umrah or Hajj, let's say Umrah, somebody's trying to make it an Umrah. So when he get in the Kaaba, he could be like 2 rak'ah the beginning, is that right?
Okay, we're gonna come to this point.
No.
It's not just this way.
Okay.
We have a lot of things.
Okay.
Just for example, somebody came to he entered any masjid, and we have just somebody made a wudu. Yani the ulama. Okay, firstly, this is the 3 times, you know, sunrise, sunset, in the middle. Okay, or what are you calling in the noon? Yani sunrise, noon, sunset. This is the 3 times. We cannot pray. To be safe, we need to keep like 20 minutes before that time to start. I'm talking about the middle of the day. What are you calling? Noon, and before Maghrib time. For the Salat al-Subh, you know, once the sunrise coming, you know, we're gonna keep like in between. Anyway, but if I have the scholar said this is the forbidden, one word, no other excuse. You cannot do that. And some of them said if we have a real excuse to pray, you know, a real reason, we have no problem to do that. They are calling إنها صلاة بسبب أو صلاة بغير سبب. Do you have a cause of that? Do you have a reason of that? Do you have a, you know? Okay. Once, what is the causes of that? الصلاة بسبب, just for example, renewing my wudu, sunnatul wudu, anything coming under the title of sunnah, especially sunan al-mu'akkada, especially as-sunan al-mu'akkada, how can we translate sunan al-mu'akkada? The recommended sunan, or the exact sunan, I don't know exact. The sure sunan. ماشي يا عم الحاج. حد هيدور وراك يعني حد هيقول لك انت ترجمت غلط. ماشي. Anyway, we have, as long as we have a reason, like صلاة السنة. بسم الله. Do you need help? احنا ممكن نوقف الدرس عشان خاطرك يعني. احنا just for example سنة الوضوء, سنة تحية المسجد, especially the time of like entering the Masjid al-Haram or something, anything like that, we can do it because of that sunnah, not because of praying at that time.
That's it.
Got it? But voluntarily, I am sitting in the masjid having all that time, and suddenly came to my mind to start the salah. I need to watch the time and make sure I'm not doing that. And at a kind of respect of what did the Prophet Muhammad asked us to do.
It's clear.
بسم الله القدير.
No, that-
Okay. رأي الفقهاء في الصلاة بعد الصبح والعصر من نسي صلاة. Okay. We have like a... Okay. No problem. I think this is the conclusion which I gave. Allah Ta'ala أعلم. التطوع أثناء الإقامة. This is one of the things. Okay. التطوع أثناء الإقامة. إذا أقيمت الصلاة كره الاشتغال بالتطوع. يعني once you hearing the إقامة الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله قد قامت الصلاة قامت الصلاة. Once you hearing that, you should, stopping your salah and joining the imam. You are voluntarily praying right now. Allahu
it's
Akbar.
like a sunnah salah.
Okay, we're gonna come to this point too. Allahu Akbar voluntarily. I am praying voluntarily something. Get it? And they started to make iqamah. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. The muadhin starts to make iqamah. I supposed to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and going directly to join the fard salah. Got it? Joining to the jama'ah. Why? This is our normal question. Am I right? Just to understand. Why? I don't want to have anyone coming to say Sheikh Saleh is praying alone and he doesn't like to pray behind Sheikh Ahmed.
That's it.
It means we have two sheikhs now. Got it? And Sheikh Saleh is trying to compete with Sheikh Ahmed and he doesn't like his voice, he doesn't like his way. He's treating his badly. I didn't punish him today because of his mistakes, by the way. Anyway, he made a big mistake today. He made a big mistake today. We didn't talk about that yet. Inshallah. Let us finish that one
Once a
first.
while,
Okay. اللهم صل على هذه البشير. بسيات. Again. What did you say? What are you bothering me, man? What Sheikh Saleh did?
He's trying to fight you.
He tried to find me. Okay, at the imam. Okay, imagine that. Because of that, we don't need to see somebody praying behind the saf by himself alone. You know the line? The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Don't pray alone behind the imam, behind the line.
Okay.
Behind the imam, it's makes sense. Sometimes I kind of respect. I don't want to stand next to him, and I'm gonna pray behind. Okay. But if somebody coming to say, okay, Sheikh Saleh is praying behind the line because he doesn't want to stand next Sheikh Rayyan because they have a problem. They are competing each other. And Sheikh Saleh doesn't want to stand next Sheikh Rayyan because he is the last one in the line, and because of that, we need to him either stand next to him. He doesn't have a space, no room over there. He's gonna touch him to bring him back to pray together. And the Sheikh Rayyan has to follow the direction with Sheikh Saleh because he's older than him. I'm just kidding. Did you get the point? Just for example.
Wait, so Sheikh, just for clarification. So if there's
يا ابني choose the simple words. Clarification. Okay. It has a imala.
To clear.
Okay, this is the easier one. Here you go.
So if the saf is filled and there's just a little bit of space, but I can't pray there, I should bring back one person to pray.
Don't bring him. Don't force him to come. Just touch his full shoulder. Just touch. We supposed to know all of that rules. It's supposed to be well known between the people. Just touching his feet and just bringing him back. And grabbing him. He already had this situation at home. Okay.
What about if what about if you're in the last tashahhud of the salah and that's when you're almost
in the last tashahhud of salah, you have no chance to have any kind of doubtness. Nobody gonna come to say, okay, what he's doing that. You have no time. Yani if this is the only, by the way, it's not forbidden, it's disliked. It's not haram. You will not be punished if you're gonna do that. Okay, but it's not recommended from the Prophet alayhi salatu wasallam. And this is inshallah rahman, we're gonna continue. If we study usul al-fiqh today, we could do that. Did you know his mistake? Okay. Okay, he's not just missed the class, he caused missing the class for everybody. You know, we canceled the class because of him, because he wasn't here. Okay, he's doing wrong, right? You know why? Because he is the most important person in the class.
We agree.
Once he's not here, I don't need to make a class, by the way.
I don't want to be disrespectful, but I think that because the Sheikh loves you, so he listens to your decisions and he taking counsel on the class.
But I didn't know what
Try
is
to be
the
your side.
I didn't know what is the decision he took. Okay, بسم الله الهادي اللهم اهدنا سواء السبيل يا رب العالمين. فهي said إذا أقيمت الصلاة كره الاشتغال بالتطوع. فعن أبي هريرة أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم قال إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة إلا المكتوبة. إذا أقيمت الصلاة فلا صلاة إلا المكتوبة. وفي رواية إلا التي أقيمت. Okay, the ulama, okay, all of that like evidences about that, but the ulama said, okay, by the way, we said don't pray behind the saf, okay, and don't pray alone like sunnah while the people they're gonna start this salah. Got it? But we have like a few exceptions. The first one, if you already passed the second ruku'ah of the second rak'ah, if you already passed the ruku' of the second rak'ah, or second ruku' in general, you're gonna continue and you will not miss the first rak'ah. And the people gonna join the salah, you're gonna be the first one coming to them. No doubt about that. Got it? This is the first case. The first exception. The second exception, if you are praying a faridah, you cannot leave the faridah because of the faridah. But you can leave the sunnah because of the faridah.
What
You
if
can-
you're gonna miss that second faridah?
What do you mean? If he gonna miss it, what do you mean I'm missing it?
Like you're praying.
This is his
alone,
mistake because he started his prayer in a wrong time. And by the way, we are talking about somebody who already started his praying, and the imam for sure he gonna pray like the same amount. If he's praying al-fajr, just for example, somebody didn't pray al-isha. You're assuming that, right? Somebody didn't pray al-isha, and he came to the masjid and he forgot, I didn't pray al-isha. I'm gonna start praying now, and the imam gonna start pray al-fajr. Do you think the long time he gonna spend in praying al-isha it's longer than the time the imam gonna spend in salat al-fajr
No.
with the loudly recitation and so and so? It means he's gonna finish before the imam. Got it? Because of that, we give excuse for the person he already prayed almost two rak'ahs and he has like a few harakat to finish his salah. He almost there. Let him finish the salah. Okay. For the first one. The second one, if you are already praying the faridah. Okay. The third one, if you are well known in the place and nobody gonna have any kind of doubtness about your situation, and you sure the imam already longing his time or longing his prayer, he's gonna take a long time to finish the first rak'ah. By the way, one of the reasons to stop your voluntarily salah tatawu'iyya without any reason, some of the reasons of that, to catch takbirat al-ihram. Allahu Akbar. Once you catch takbirat al-ihram with the imam, it's giving you more rewards of the salah, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam promised. Salih gonna ask me a question now. What about he gonna ask about me? He's talking about himself. When you ask me, not starting your salah until the last tashahhud, I'm giving him a hard time usually. Subhanallah. I'm asking this man, okay, don't join the salah until the last tashahhud. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. But because we have a lot of children praying, I'm asking him voluntarily, please, Saleh, watch the students and correct them during the salah and keep them quiet because we don't want to miss the salah for the other people. They already come in to have a khushua. If they start in the stillness issues or stillness stuff acting, everybody gonna miss the salah. Imagine if one of them running during the saf. It means what we are doing, it's something extra or something coming out of the context here. Got it? Here. Fadl.
What about if like I already prayed the thought that they're gonna pray, and I'm praying sunnah. Like say for example, I already prayed maghrib.
Once the iqamah starting, you should join them. The Prophet Muhammad Sallam came to the masjid one time and they started to pray. Once he finished, he found like two people, if I remember, two sitting behind. And over here, what is that one? Okay. فصلى ركعتين في جانب. Okay. قال دخل رجل المسجد ورسول الله في صلاة الغداة فصلى ركعتين في جانب المسجد ثم دخل مع رسول الله فلما سلم رسول الله قال يا فلان بأي الصلاتين اعتددت بصلاتك وحدك أم بصلاتك معا. I'm talking about something else. I'm talking about something else. One time, alayhi salatu wasalam, once you have the iqamah, okay, by the way, when we talked about the farida, we're not talking about the same farida. Somebody started to pray al-fajr, as the Prophet Muhammad said here. He started to pray al-fajr, and they made the iqamah for salat al-fajr. They made the iqamah for salat al-fajr. This is the same salah. If I'm going to leave this one, I'm going to join the same salah. Did you get the point? Okay. At that time, I have to leave my salah because it's a kind of respect of the imam and jama'ah. I'm respecting the rest of the people, and then I already finished. I already cut it or stopped my salah by myself, with myself, to start my salah by myself with the other people, with the jama'ah, congregation.
What if we join a jama'ah, but the person leading, he doesn't know how to recite Surah Fatiha properly?
This is another. He said, kick him out.
Another lesson.
This is another point. This is another point. Because of that, we have our conditions to let somebody leading the salah or not. Sometimes we are letting the children leading the salah just to give them a training.
Yeah, old man.
But
like, what if you thought that he would be?
Listen.
Okay, we will not let anyone going until we sure he's gonna make it properly. Not missing a lot of things. He's aware and like aware about the rules, conditions, and so on and so on. Now,
I have a question. What about during Salatul Jama'ah, during the khutbah? You find people that come in and they pray his sunnah even while the imam.
we have a discussion about that. Maybe. I'm not sure if he mentioned to this point or not. تطوع أثناء الإقامة، تطوع بعد الصلاة فكذا.
Actually, last Friday with your dad, he was in front of me, and I was like, "Do I pray? No, do I listen?"
Every time I think I'm like,
Yeah.
my favorite is that.
خلاص أنا مش عايز أضيع السنة. هو بيدي الخطبة أنا عايز أسمعها.
Okay. So some of them said yes. Some of them said no. Why? Okay, this is the normal question. You have to ask that. Why? Why they said yes? Why they said no? The people said no because the Prophet Muhammad said somebody when he started to pray during his khutbah. Why he did that? Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Because the khutbah is considered as a 2 rak'ahs of Salat al-Dhuhr. If we're gonna isolate it, how can we say it like لو أردنا تفصيل الأمر, explain it, we're gonna find Salat al-Jum'ah instead of Salat al-Dhuhr in the same time, right? And Salat al-Dhuhr 4 rak'ahs, Salat al-Jum'ah 2 rak'ahs. It means the khutbah instead of the other 2 rak'ahs. Okay, the people, they already consider the khutbah instead of the 2 rak'ahs. They said if you're coming, you have to follow the imam and doing the same thing he's doing. Okay, when the imam giving the khutbah, you're gonna sit to listen to the imam. This is your following him. Okay, this is your duty at that time. The people, they said you can do that. They said we have no obligatory nas, giving the a kind of forbidden, to not allowed us to do that. And this is excuse and so on. So, in my humble opinion, once you enter the masjid, find the imam, sit down in the proper place,
Mm.
not closing the door for the people coming after you.
Right.
Oh man. Okay, al-adhan. We need to continue. We're stopping here.
Stop for
You have time?
Just one question. Can I pray like if I've missed?
Yeah, Habibi, I love you. You can do anything. Before asking, you can do whatever you want.
But if I've missed Salat al-Asr and the masjid they're praying Salat al-Maghrib, can I join them and then add an extra rakat at the end?
No.
No.
Okay. This is the issue gonna come after. It's called اتحاد النية أو اختلافها. Because you have a different niyyah. Now, can we have a different niyyah with the numbers of the rak'at? Okay, just for example, I don't want to say this agreement, but the more opinion came with the situation of somebody praying al-dhuhr behind somebody praying al-asr, because they have the same number, the same style, everything the same. But now I am leading the salah. I don't know which salah you are praying, and you are leading the salah. You are praying the salah. This is different. But they said, okay, the different number, the different intention with the same number, the same so and so and so. Somebody said yes. Somebody said yes, and somebody said no. This is the salah and so on. So you can pray Dhuhr and come to join us. Got it? But if I am joining with a different salah, with a different style of the salah, I don't remember somebody says. I don't remember. Maybe they have, but I don't remember somebody said yes. And for sure, inshallah, we're gonna come to this point, inshallah, one time, and we're gonna see what is the fuqaha saying about that. تفضل. Yeah, tell sure. I'm here for you.
Yeah, let's say if somebody is praying the Fard Salat by himself,
Okay.
and then I finish my Salah, but I will sit down in the masjid. I saw him right there to do by himself. So I make him to be a Jama'ah.
This is the case with we talked about the Farida and Farid. They are calling هل يجوز اقتداء المفترض بالمتنفل. If I remember, one time the Prophet Muhammad sallam asked the people, can somebody giving a sadaqah for his brother? If I remember the hadith, هل تصدق أحدكم على أخيه. He like encouraged the people, like one of them making the salah even voluntarily, to let his brother following him or praying with him. At that time, this is another case, another issue. Am I supposed to be an imam or supposed to be a follower? If that person, if I'm gonna pray 2 rak'ahs and you're gonna continue, it's okay. If I'm gonna pray 4 rak'ahs, with him, he's supposed to be an imam because he is praying the farida and I'm praying the nafil. And my salah is, and the level is lower than his position of the salah. He is praying a farida and I'm praying an nafila. He's supposed to be front of me. This is the rules. We need the mathematic. We need to collect the puzzles to fill the picture. And every single time you're gonna find a different scenario.
So that give him ijma, the guy, to be instead of praying by himself the Fard Salah.
I can give him my time to pray with him. I can join him to give him the thawab al-jama'ah. Yes.
This happened 4 years ago with Halaqah in INT.
Mhm.
But it was between Asr and Maghrib.
Okay.
And I asked to pray with you, and he said no.
I don't remember that. I don't know why he said no.
And then because I already prayed Asr.
Okay. Okay. This is Jazakallah khair for reminding me that. Did you see when we talk about the forbidden time of the salah?
Yeah.
The shuruq and noon. The time of the dhuhr and Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and sunset. After the Salat al-Asr, we're not allowed to pray anything after Salat al-Asr and after Salat al-Subh. after Salat al-Subh, we're not allowed to pray anything.
To 20
Even the
minutes.
2 rak'ahs of the Subh, by the way. But
Oh.
the ulama came to say, if you have a chance to pray both of them, like the 2 rak'ahs, after the duha time, it's better to pray them after the subh. And the other scholar said, because this is the like a super recommended of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we can do it after Salat Subh because we have an excuse, we have a reason,
Yeah,
a
the
reasonable
time is
reason.
not, the
And
Fajr-
some of them said no, because the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said no. And if you have a chance after the duha, you can do that. When the scholar discussed the issue, they said, okay, we need to differentiate between two people. The first one gonna come to pray al-Fajr and hitting the road, running to his work, and he has no time up to the Dhuhr time. Even the Dhuhr time, maybe he cannot pray at work. He's gonna come, maybe somebody collecting the Dhuhr and Asr because of the time of the work. Got it? At that time, I can give that person excuse to pray the 2 rak'ah after Salat al-Fajr because he has no time. He's gonna be tightened with the time. He's gonna be in a rush. But somebody else, gonna pray al-Fajr and sitting in the masjid and praying al-Duha and going home, taking breakfast, and taking his wife to make a shopping. He already has money.
about this, like let's say right now.
At that time, with this person, I'm gonna ask him, okay, please wait up to Salat al-Duha and pray the 2 rak'ah of the Subh after that.
Yeah, but one more question. Sir.
تفضل. We are here for you.
Inshallah. Let's say Fajr is like the most important things a lot
Mhm.
of times for the questions.
Okay.
Let's say we pray right now Fajr here on 6:30.
Okay.
The sun's going to be raised by what 7:50.
Okay.
Which is, let's say, I missed the Sunnah Salah before the Fajr.
Okay.
But I have the time until the sun is before the sun is raised. I have at least 15-20 minutes extra.
Mhm.
Between that time, if I do my sunnah, because it's not the time is completely out yet. I said, let's say 6:30, we start the Jama'ah right here, all right?
Okay.
Fajr Salah.
Thanks. Yes.
I came here 6:29.
Okay.
I was making the Iqamah
Okay.
because I couldn't make my sunnah Salah.
Okay.
I finish up the Fard with you guys.
And then
when I finish the Salat, because I have the time before the sun is raised. So I do my sunnah.
that's what we're talking about. We have two opinions about that.
Yeah.
Somebody said this is the reasonable salah, and we can make the 2 rak'ah sunnah after the Fajr prayer. And some of them said it's not recommended to pray during that period time. It will be better if I have time. I can do after the duha time, and I can. And at that time, subhanallah, we're gonna have like a scholar talking about this specific scenario and talking about the collecting the salah, the different niyyah in the same salah. And they said, can we pray the 2 rak'ah of Salat Subh with the 2 rak'ah of Salat al-Duha? Or we have to pray 2 and 2. Okay, at that time, I'm going to say, okay, guys, why you're trying to squeeze your rewards from Rabbul Alamin subhanahu wa ta'ala? You know why, Sheikh? Because I have to run to work. Oh, again? You are coming again? Come on, man. Inta tani ya khan. Tamam? Okay, at that time, I'm going to give him excuse. Here you go. Run. But if he has time, the ibadah in general, the ibadah making us more closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Once we have another chance to be more closer to Rabbul Alamin, why we need to miss it? There you go.
So say for example, it's Ramadan, so they're gonna pray Tarawih after Isha.
Mhm.
Someone comes late,
Mhm.
missed Isha.
Yes.
Is it better for them to wait for us to start Tarawih and then stand up for 2 rak'ahs after finishing 2 rak'ahs of Tarawih, or is it better for them to start Jama'ah of Isha?
No, it's better. Okay, depends on the system in the masjid. By the way, if the people, okay, imagine if we have like in our village, just for example, once we started salah, how many person gonna be in the salah? Like 20 people. If somebody coming and is starting salat al-isha and the imam he knows somebody came, okay guys, just let us wait until they finish. It will be better for them to pray al-isha together. If we already rush and we already tied with the time, and the people wants to go back to home they're just to sleep, to wake up early, to come to like suhoor and fajr and going home, and yeah, I'm sorry, going work and so and so. It's better for them not break the system at the masjid. Not break the system at the masjid. If you remember, that's what I'm telling. Okay, you're leading the salah in the other masjid every year. At the beginning of Ramadan, I'm telling the people that directly, guys, if you come in late, don't start another salah because we're gonna ignore you and start our salah. Seriously like that. We're not supposed to do that, but once you're gonna coming serious with the people, maybe they're gonna follow direction. And usually they are coming. Once the imam saying assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and looking behind somebody coming, please, brother, don't start your farida because you're gonna stop us. Okay, you can join the salat al-tarawih. Why we can consider the salat al-tarawih like really close to salat al-farida? Close to, not the same. Close to, because it has an imam, it has a followers, and it has a structure of the jama'ah, and they can join the jama'ah and pray with the imam.
So
Done?
you can make up rak'at for Tarawih.
Yes, you can make up. You can pray the 2 rak'ah with the imam, and once he's saying assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, you're gonna make up the rest of the salah. I think it's a good time to stop here. Jazakumullah khair. We already have 40. Oh, mashallah, 40 minutes.
Is it you can or you should?
Should what?
You can make those up or you should make them up.
You should make.
What do you mean? You're gonna pray
Oh.
al-Isha 4 rak'ahs, and you're already following somebody praying 2 rak'ahs. Once you're gonna finish the 2 rak'ahs, you're gonna continue to complete the 4th.
No, I was saying, like, what if you miss like 2 rak'ats from Tarawih? Should you make them up after?
It's up to you, because it's gonna be like you are continuing your voluntarily prayer. You don't have any commanded thing here, and that's what we're asking the people. Once you finish the tarawih with the imam, you already prayed. How many rak'ahs you prayed with the imam?
8.
Are you sure it's gonna be 8? If you didn't pray with, we can consider them 8. We can say okay 8. But if you already finished the tarawih with the imam, full the tarawih with the imam, you missed 2 at the beginning, just for example. Okay, it means you prayed 7, 5,
6.
whatever. No,
Oh, okay.
if you prayed al-witr with the imam, it's supposed to be what are you saying? It's the opposite of odd.
Yeah, odd numbers.
It's not odd number,
Even.
even number.
Even numbers.
You're gonna pray even number or odd number. Okay, if you finish the witr, it's gonna be odd.
Yes.
Okay, witriya or wahid ended with 3, 5, 9, 7, 9, so on, so on.
Odd numbers.
Yes.
Okay, odd numbers. Once you already finished 5 rak'ahs, 7 rak'ahs, you're gonna continue that. Whatever you're gonna pray after that, 2 by 2 by 2 by 2, it's gonna be 9, 11, 13, 15, 17. Got it? Okay. Jazakumullah khairan for tonight, and we ask